Okay, who's going to say it, me or you, Mo?
I think you should say it, Mike, just like last year.
Okay.
And the year before.
Well,
and the year before
it's
that
always
too.
it's always the same joke. I always start off at whenever we do the Anime North episodes with the same set of jokes. And so let's just get those over with right now.
Let's hear it.
Okay, Lawrence, was it Harvey's or Burger King?
Not this year.
What are you gonna get from?
Bro,
have you eaten anything
They
yet?
brought the summer menu deal just for you, man. You didn't participate?
I hit Costco this week, so
Hey!
Didn't you see some of them had anime
so
North
a lot of the
special?
food's sitting in the fridge right now to cook when I get home.
Second thing is, yeah, it's cool again this year as we begin Anime North, the 30th Anime North. Let's go with the marketing.
Yeah.
We're at the end of night number 1 on this Friday night, May the 22nd, 2026, as now is becoming tradition when we start doing the episodes. The first episode we're going to do is a space heater just to get ourselves settled in, and then we'll do a full episode tomorrow night with the others, with hopefully, although they haven't committed yet, but commitment's a thing, an issue, with Amy and Kevin, and we'll do this and we'll talk more at length. Tonight we'll just settle in. So Mike Nicolas, James Austin, Mohamed Sharmarke. Lawrence Black joins us for his annual visit. He always does
I'm
the
back
space
again.
I
heater.
think that there's some sound effects, Mike.
Maybe post. Well, we don't usually
Push a
do.
button. Any button.
Oh, we have to be careful because
Oh,
wait.
come on.
You
You know what? Let's let Lawrence push a button.
No, I just already did. Okay, never mind.
Don't even think about it.
No, don't talk about pushing buttons here. The other thing is what we are facing here in Toronto this weekend as Anime North begins. Present, and you can please do the translation for me in terms of temperature.
Okay.
It is presently 12 degrees here in Toronto as we begin taping at 10:42 p.m.
That is approximately learn metric.
Thank you. But and then on top of that, that's gonna be the theme.
It's a cooler
It's
Anime
once
North.
again much like last year, but
Yeah.
I think the difference is it'll also be wet.
I mean,
Rain is in the forecast very much for tomorrow.
That stuff's not guaranteed, Mike. I feel like maybe it might pass by.
So what you're saying is it's going to be like last week, and it's just going to go straight to heat and humidity for a day for some unknown reason, and then get cool again?
Well,
Exactly.
yeah. Well,
The highs and
it'll surely warm up next week, but people seemed upset, like where I live, about not having AC in the early part of the week. I want to see how they feel right now, to be quite honest.
Well, it's quite the difference. We went from 20, 22 degrees to almost 30 to now mid-teens.
Not even, or if you're to believe Apple weather, not even at this point. Second joke. Oh, and the second stock joke, and I say this always again when after seeing enough of the cosplays to this point, I feel
old? Yes, very
one
old.
nice cutoff, and second out of shape. Which is the other thing I always have a habit of saying at this point.
Don't worry, Mike. I'm right there with you with the oldness.
Yeah. Well, yeah. You're getting there with me. So's James, and I guess we're all.
Can you guess
here.
what the cosplays are now?
I think they have something to do with these Japanese cartoons.
Wait.
You mean that Japanimation stuff we've been hearing about?
it's the craze now, you know.
So, where do we want to start? Well, first observations I'm making. I'm seeing a fair number of Naruto Blue Jays jerseys so far this
Yes,
weekend.
I am still kind of upset that I didn't get one of those. I was so close to, and then I just didn't pull the trigger on it. And I've seen them around. They look like nice. They look nice, you know.
Yeah. Well, they do. I think I've seen maybe 3 or 4 people.
Yeah.
One of them's William, actually.
Hey.
William Wu,
Nice,
who the
nice.
senior writer of Anime Trending, is lurking and trying to take notes for articles later within the next couple weeks, I suppose. For reference, it didn't take too long for the parallel parking to begin on the TCC grounds the driveway in front of that sits in between the north and south building.
How far back did they go now?
Huh?
The parking in the TCC, does it go all the way up to north?
Yeah.
Past north?
Yeah, I seen it go up to the north building.
Yeah,
today.
it's just like how that driveway all the way to Martin Grove, which remember, like the official parking up until Martin Grove was long taken, so people had started to parallel park in that driveway in between the south building south building parking lot and the north in the front of the north building itself. The parallel parking began in earnest. By my count, very early.
I did a drive through the entire parking lot Wednesday night because I live in the area and I drive by it, and it was nice and empty. And I'm like, "There's no way they can fill all this parking."
Come on, who are you kidding? What does history tell you?
I remember a few years ago we were talking about building double-decker parking out there, giant parking structures.
I thought the last thing we were talking about was the scramble crossing at the main
yes,
intersection.
that's you.
Which still won't happen. But Mayor Chow's coming tomorrow, by the way. Olivia Chow will appear here for a
That's
state
how you know it's a
release
campaign
statement.
season.
Nice.
And what statement is that? Congratulations on 30 years.
I mean, it's you figure
She's
it's
the only
a nice little
politician
photo.
that actually showed up. I mean, other than at one time.
Now, what are the over-unders on her cosplaying?
Not a
Zero.
chance. Not a chance. Not a
I can
chance.
see her doing more Caravana than Anime North.
Oh, that's interesting. Yes, that's right.
If
You're right.
it was not rain in the forecast, she'd probably be outside. They'd do it outside, and then she'd leave. So it's a question of where are they going to take her now?
Well,
Into
I
the
mean,
belly
she
of,
was around here last year,
Yeah.
and she took photos with Donald Simmons, so Anime North's founder, who not many people know about. Right? I don't think how many people know about him, and I'll say a little bit more about him in the next little while. But it was nice. That was a nice little photo opportunity, and I guess this is what it'll be tomorrow, right? So Mayor Chow will be here, but yeah, the parking. It was interesting to see that happen so quickly. And for reference, this was my own lead up this year was a little bit different because I had more of a window and days off this time around, and so picked up a friend, and she's doing the Nomanoichi as we speak right now, and remind me to talk about what's the other stuff going on right now.
Absolutely.
And we picked up her badge.
This is Thursday night, right?
This was Thursday night, and
early, not early. Like what? 5, 6.
Around 8 o'clock we got here, and she was worried that they close off the lineup. Actually, they close it off after 8 o'clock because they said they reserve the right to. Either I think it's because maybe they were overwhelmed, or I don't know if it would be for under circumstances that they were overwhelmed or too dead to stay open.
True.
But turned out it was very, very quick, but people, it was like steady, but very, very quick.
And I think some of it too is they now have that in the North Building and stuff like that, so they've probably got it figured out a lot better than it being in the South Building right near Artist Alley and the dealer's room. You know what I mean?
And the area was more or less empty. That area now is the game section.
The north?
Yeah, it's right
In
beside the game section, which
Yeah.
is in the center of the North Building, so it's in the other end.
So that went fine, and we made it a point today to come fairly early. So we got here just before 3 p.m.
Hey, that's pretty.
and we got a
early.
good spot in that lot in that south building lot.
Smart move.
It wasn't exactly front row, but it was beeline to the main aisle.
Nice.
And that's where we've been, and it worked out for her. She's doing the Nomanoichi, and she was able to, and she wanted to line up early for that.
Nice.
And she's there at this point, and that was 7 hours ago, almost 8. And that's about to end in the next 10 minutes as we talk. To whoever's in the room right now, thanks for coming in. There are a couple people who are in the room. I think
We'll reach new records today.
Yeah, we may actually get to 6. Anyway, look, going on at the moment, and this is always the dilemma about Anime North, right? This is the dilemma about Anime North. There's always something going on that will tickle your fancy. We're talking like old people here.
Gee willikers.
Gee willikers. But there's always, and it's to the point where sometimes there are things that you want to do or have to do that conflict with other things.
Like
Right.
Anime Hell.
Anime Hell's going on right now. The end of the Noma Noichi is going on right now.
It's last chance
Who
to
would've-
get some stuff, guys.
Who would have thought? Yeah, well, by the time this goes out, no, it's
I
too
don't know. They
late.
can travel
dude.
back in time. Who knows?
Yeah, some could. That staff may help. Look, and funny enough, another podcast taping is going on right now.
Is it really?
Yes.
Wow. Which one?
Go ahead, James.
Quest for the best.
Quest for the Best
right
is
on.
doing a live show right now across the street at the TCC. And
Yeah, that was Mother's Basement, Class Reflection, and then Miles.
yeah, Miles and the man behind Animated by the Numbers.
Yeah.
So they do a podcast which frankly speaking does way better than this one.
I don't know, man.
They got the algorithm.
They got
the
their
algorithm on
well,
YouTube and
well,
everything.
it's a matter of really wanting it sometimes, and I don't know how to want it some days, I guess. So they're taping right now, and I know that has a cult following, enough of a following. But this is all mentioned as a festival, and I keep mentioning things conflicting with each other. I know from my standpoint, a big highlight will be seeing the Inoue family here, mother and daughter, Kikuko and Honoka. The mother, Kikoku, did a Q&A already, has done a panel, and I went to that. Let's not get there yet, but that's happened. And then daughter the two of them will be together, and that'll be after Mayor Chow's appearance, actually. So that's tomorrow afternoon, Saturday. So there's that, and quite honestly, like. My friend who's doing the Nomi, she's also set to do a couple of origami workshops, which will conflict with seeing these voices and some of the autographs.
Okay. Well,
So
I
those
think
are
the
the
autographs are
highlights
the
for us.
same on Saturday, Sunday, so you never know. She
Yeah.
might be able to have a chance.
So those are the conflicts that we are facing for the weekend, I guess. And but it's also par for the course for Anime North. Now, I was also about to dub this up. I really wanted to dub this episode the Rodney Dangerfield episode. No respect, because to talk about this, just to talk about the other things. When the grid schedule came out, the paper schedule came out over the last couple days. I was looking through the schedule, and this show at this time was not listed in this room. And I was
So
already thinking.
so you're saying we're squatting in this room, is what you're saying?
No, well,
Mike.
that's what I thought if we were going to do the show. Or I thought, hey, I have time to see the panels. No,
Or to see the competition with Quest for the Best.
Oh, well, I hardly consider it competition. We're all brothers and sisters in arms.
All allies in the quest for podcasts.
In the quest for to express our fandom. But then other friends kept telling me, well, it's in the guidebook app. And the guidebook app, which is constantly updating, I know that's part of the issues, some of the issues this week, because it's not updating fast enough, apparently. Or is it? I don't know.
No.
Well, the funny thing is, you think about all the years we've had, even the most recent years, and they somehow managed to make it work. And this was the final year that I guess the camel broke, and they said, okay, just please use the guidebook and other means. We're still on top of it. But the paper is what the paper is. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just use it as a guidepost.
Well, I always, use that as your basic guidepost, but the guidebook app, like the paper, okay, give yourself a general look, but the guidebook is the Bible.
Yeah, pretty much. Because I was looking for panels, and they're like, "Did you check the app?" I'm like, "It's not showing." And they're like, "Try now." And it started updating the second I opened it. So I was like, "Oh, there we go."
So, yeah, that's as much as you need to know right now about that. Look, keep the updates and keep up with all AN socials over the weekend, because those keep updating.
Yeah, their Twitch is streaming, which is pretty cool.
Oh, there is a Twitch.
The Compass.
Oh, AN Compass is running around already on Twitch. Like they're doing. Well, I haven't seen it checked to see if they've live streamed anything. Are they live streaming?
Couple
something?
hours. Yeah,
They were,
earlier today.
today they were streaming for a bit. Yeah.
Oh, was it games?
It might have
I
been
think it
opening
was-
ceremony.
Oh, and the opening ceremony?
opening ceremony, and then I think later on there was a little bit of online gaming in the gaming hall.
Okay, so they've been doing stuff. And so I mentioned I went to that, and I did talk with Victor Lucas from EP
Electric
Daily.
Playground and stuff
Yeah,
like
Electric
that, yeah.
Playground. Nice conversation. Maybe we'll
Yeah,
talk
that
about
is
that
it.
a little bit more later. But observations, just general observations. Day one. Let's get started. Who wants to go first? I've made mine.
There's a lot of people here.
Yeah, sure. Well, there's more around the table than there is in the watching.
No, it's attendance in general. I feel like it's a good turnout this year.
Okay, now to bring it out. I did get. What do you know about attendance from last year, James?
I have no idea. Off
The
top of
number
my head,
I
can't
keep
remember.
hearing is 40,000.
Wow.
Was it? Okay,
from
I
last
remember
year.
the last
And-
number I heard for one of them was 35, so 40 doesn't seem too off
Far-fetched?
Yeah.
And the sense you get, and just anecdotally, you think that's realistic this year.
It seems like a good number. Yeah, 40 seems like a good number.
Well, if we're talking about the cars, well, what we see from the cars at this point, we're doing fine.
True.
This is going great. So,
Then the question is how many people are in those cars?
hey, well, hope people are pooling, folks.
And then, as we said, yeah, some of the times we had the traffic, and then I know even they said the transit, it's people are packing their patience and stuff like that.
Yeah, a lot
whether
of-
it's GO or whether it's TTC, but I guess that's par for the course. I'm guessing once the World Cup happens, transit's going to work perfectly, right, Mike?
Yeah, it's a switch. They just have to flip the switch, you know?
Well, I mean, this is nothing compared to what the World Cup will eventually offer next month, right?
We'll see.
Well, no, I'll ask you guys a question on that later in the episode.
Oh, later in the hour?
Unless you want me to ask you now.
Go for it.
Are you up for the question now?
I can.
I'm
give
up
you-
for it, but
so
the other two.
So we're a world-class city, right? And so you know that Inter Miami and TFC game.
A couple weeks ago, yeah.
And Messi finally came, right? So they used and opened up those stands and stuff like that. So first question: how many people do you think ran onto the field? Did you hear that?
There were
Was
people
there?
around. Really?
Yep. How many people?
I don't know of any,
None?
personally.
Was it none?
No.
Hundreds?
It could have been, given how
Thousands, maybe.
What happened?
It was 4 people. So 4 people did. They got a little better, they said, by the 4th person because the security kind of figured out where they were getting onto the field from. But the first guy got far enough to actually touch Messi and take a selfie with him. No kidding. And then the other guys got the 4th guy just barely got on the field, but the other 2 got pretty damn far too. So then the other question you're thinking is, because some people were talking, I think I heard it on the Ben Mulrooney show, and a few other people were saying that were there. What do you think the punishment for those 4 people were?
Isn't it just a slap on the wrist?
Almost.
What
Tickets
was
of
it?
some kind? Lifetime bans?
Not quite on that scale.
Not too sure on that one. That's
Yellow card. They got a
banned
yellow
through
card.
the
They
window.
got a legal
How much,
expert.
okay, how much do you think they had to pay to
like a
touch
couple-
Messi?
Couple $100.
I'm pretty sure
Nope.
they
No,
I'm pretty
they
sure
Below,
they
just
just got
$100, just to let you know.
I'm
Whoa.
pretty sure it's a ban for like 1 year or something, maybe.
No,
No,
they
no.
didn't even supposedly do that.
Solid.
They
No
all,
ban, just a
Well,
fee?
you said not much more than like.
Well,
above
the
a
one
slap of the wrist,
person
but not
said
much more above.
they saw them go back to exhibition stand after the game. So it's
called
not like
it's
they were
Toronto
ha-
Stadium. Toronto
Did
Stadium.
they rename
Well,
it?
not until
that's
the
the
World.
rename.
Yep,
That's the
not
rename
until
stadium.
the World Cup starts. So anyway,
So for BMO Field, fine. Okay.
but they basically let them go. Obviously, they gave them their ticket. It was like almost like you got a parking ticket. It was $65.
That's
is
it?
what they got charged for doing that. And it sounds like they asked what the guy, I know some people were asking, and supposedly that's all they got. It doesn't sound like they were banned from any Maple Leaf properties,
MLSE,
MLSE
yeah,
properties.
properties.
It wasn't sound like they were banned from BMO Field, or that they were gonna, it's like, okay, you're just gonna stay in the drunk tank for a day or something like that. You know what I mean? For being an idiot. But it's like, how usually you see other, even in Skydome and stuff like that, you have the policemen on the field. And that.
Yep.
It's like, I figure they have stronger punishment than what sounds these guys got. But it's like, well, I'm guessing this was a learning lesson for them, because this was supposed to be a learning lesson for them before the World Cup. So no one's ever going to run onto the field for the World Cup. They're just going to grab them.
Not.
And they're probably not going to be banned from the World Cup, I'm guessing, for the rest
The
of it.
thing is, that's the thing. This was meant. They kept billing this as a dress rehearsal.
Yep.
So
And that's why it's kind of like...
That's why I said 4. I don't know, like, maybe that's still too many, but it's not as high. It's not nearly as high as I thought it could have been. That's the
And
thing.
they were all going after a
it's
football
not
legend.
it's not as if. It's not as if, and I know where this is so off topic anime wise, but it's not as if this was Copa America final in Miami a couple of years ago.
That is true. That is true.
Yeah,
So
that was a
to
disaster.
to be fair, the
And
game
as
gets
we
delayed
said,
because people were
and they said,
rushing the
like, now
stadium.
Messi, they said it was kind of like, okay, well, what's going on? I was like, but he was nonplussed about it. But I'm sure some of those guys,
Well,
if they play in other leagues,
yeah.
they've seen some more crazier stuff.
Yeah, well, after being hooked to the side by Salt Bay after winning the World Cup a couple of years ago, maybe he's come to expect a fair amount.
But what do you think? $65? Would you run on the field to touch a legend?
I feel like that's just about the same price as parking illegally.
No, it's actually parking illegally. I think they doubled that. So in Toronto, yeah. No, that's
So do you think they're going to check all those cars there up at the...
well, that's private property. We're talking city properties. So I'm going to tell you now. That is
until they
doubt that is
rezone. Until they rezone.
Okay, so let's get back to the people parking here. So observations, day one. Let's really get to that part of the story. Who's been where so far today? I told you I was in the gaming area. I saw a panel. I briefly walked through Noma Noichi, but really didn't get a good look because I should have brought my glasses, quite honestly.
Was there a lot of people when you went there?
Oh, there
Mike?
was still a lot of people, and this was like 8 o'clock.
So near the beginning.
Yeah, well, yeah, after the first hour. So, but okay. So, what about you guys?
I found the retro gaming room finally. It wasn't in the basement like it used to be that one year here in the Delta Hotel. It's literally where the Rock Band and ANC Games and everything is. It's at the back of the room. I'm like, oh, this is where they put the retro gaming consoles.
Toronto
It's in
Congress Center North.
It's in TCC.
TCC
So with the
North,
rest
but
of the
they don't
games.
put a sign or anything to say that this is the retro gaming. So it's kind of like
So is all the gaming in the north now? Like everything gaming related?
Yep, everything gaming related, because they were all
so all the retro consoles. If you're looking for, it's just
together in Sheridan,
Yep.
across
Up
the
until 2
way.
years ago,
and
yeah.
then the retro gaming one I remember was in the Orchard or whatever room and stuff like that of that. And then they came here, as you had said, Lawrence.
for 1 year. Yeah, they were
Yeah,
in the
1 year in the
basement.
basement, which made sense. And then last year, everything in gaming went to TCC North, which probably, as we talked last year,
Or
works a lot
2
better,
years
I
ago.
think.
I think it was
to have
this is
everything
their third
together,
year
you know
there,
what
yeah.
I mean?
I think this is year 3 of that, to be
So
honest.
North is main events, the ballroom, registration, gaming, and then cosplay. Because you'll see
So
some cosplay.
masquerade registration has been ongoing, and yeah, I did see the opening ceremonies as well. So yeah, everything concerning cosplay, just about everything is, and the game shows are going on there too.
Yeah, because the game shows, used to be here
Used to be
upstairs,
here,
and
and
they used to be in Mississauga room, and now they've grown so much that they're up there over at the gaming.
Although sadly, I think my understanding is some late last minute addendums canceled Anime Jeopardy.
Oh no!
Wait, let me a sec. You go. I do have that note here. So last second addendums. Sorry.
Yeah, I
I'm
never
not
seen
close to the
something about there being last
Yeah,
minute
canceled
changes.
programmings. Press Your Luck and Anime Jeopardy have been canceled, and some Wheel of Fortune. Well, that's there, and then there's just changes and added stuff. So we're going YTV later this week, over the weekend.
Oh, yeah,
So
that's
there's
Saturday at 12.
Yeah,
apparently.
post reunion is set for 12. That was something that was just added.
Everyone's coming through?
Well, they haven't exactly
I
said
didn't
which of the
really
hosts.
see. Did we know which hosts were coming or which?
At this
Is
point,
Sugar
it's
coming?
unknown except maybe Carlos.
Oh.
So, because Carlos is set to do autographs. Wooly and Reggie, apparently. Well, Wooly versus Red, that's something else. But Carlos is set to do autographs this weekend, and that's the added stuff. That's the last addendum that was mentioned here with the guide, with the program guide, with the physical stuff. So that's that. Merchandise, dealer's room. Has anybody had a chance to go there yet?
Yeah, it's the same. I didn't find Media Blasters, so I guess they're not doing it again this year.
I took a look in the booklet and stuff like that, and I know you're going to say, well, are we sure? But yeah, I'd say they probably had a good idea of who was going to be in the dealer's room, who's going to be in the artist alley and stuff like that, right, for those tables. So I'm assuming whoever's listed is relatively correct. But yeah, Media Blasters, John Sarabella wasn't on there. So I figured, yeah, he likely wasn't here again this year. And my guess is that it's still the issue of you got to get the stuff over. And he had a good way of doing it to get it over to here for Anime North, then for Montreal for Otakuthon, and hold the stuff in Canada. But I'm guessing it kind of disappeared with all the fun times we have now.
Well, it's a brave new world, dude.
But hopefully, he's back posting stuff on YouTube, John Sarabella, and stuff like that. So he's still got, there's not as much, but he's still working on things. And as he said, it takes time to get things out, you know what I mean, for approvals and things like that. So I think he said the next one, they had Green in March. The next one, he said, that's working its way through new approval process, and he's hoping will come out sooner rather than later. Genshiken Season 1 on Blu-ray, and then Genshiken Season 2 will hopefully be
didn't they have
later
Green
on
before?
in the...
Didn't they have Green before?
Yeah, they had that before. Now, one they didn't have before that they said might come after Genshiken is, what was it? Phantom Ghost Corp. Ghost Corp, and that one was originally Pioneer, remember? And
Yeah.
they released it, because I remember getting it for $5 at Anime North when, remember, Genion was kind of imploding or something like that. And they had, and I remember it's like, what's this? And I got it for $5, and I enjoyed that one. But that one is interesting for Media Blasters and John, is that he has, for some of his 4Ks, and then for certain Blu-rays, and this was one of them, he's teamed up with Justin Savakis and Media OCD to do certain Blu-rays and 4K releases and stuff like that.
Quest
you know what I mean?
right? Yeah.
So that's when he's working with Justin Savakis, and both of them were saying, yeah, it's looking good and stuff like that, and they're in final approvals for that one from Japan. So he hopes that comes out just after Genshiken Season 1. But he said it's slow and steady and stuff like that, and they still have the Kitty line, and that's he said whether you want to believe it or not, it's faster for reasons that to get that out compared to some of the other stuff, and then obviously it still sells enough that it keeps the ship going so that they can release the live action, the toku stuff, and the anime stuff, right? So,
Well, that stuff sells. So
but who knows? One day, hopefully, he'll return. You know what I mean? So
okay, so on the merch, let's go back. So that's our physical media stuff, right?
well, there's physical video games there. I can tell you, there's still
Oh,
a lot
yeah.
of video games
A lot of
in
video
there,
games.
just like the past few years.
The steady ones, Iceman video games is back in. They don't
We got games. There's so many of them. Game
Retro
Experts.
Game Bros.
Yep, Game Experts. There's so many of them that
A lot of
come
them
here.
that do Fan Expo are there as well. Because I go Fan Expo in August. I see them there, or some they only say they do Anime North, and then that's it for the year. So I go, wow, okay. So I grab everybody's business cards. So if anything, I can just go online or go to their store location.
Well, some of them, they come from outside the GTA, some of them too. So it's
Yeah, a lot-
interesting. So you can
a
see
lot
a
of
different
them-
mix, which is nice.
A lot of them do have online ordering, so like there's some titles I want to grab from Iceman, but it's not here in the convention center. It's at their Peterborough, Lindsay location. So they're like, if you order it, we'll just ship it to you. So you're in Ontario, so we're not going to charge you for shipping fees.
Well, yeah, that's the question. And then I guess figures. We see lots
Yeah.
of figures and stuff like that. Navito World and all the others are there. I saw there is some manga and art books in that. Beguiling and Labyrinth
Oh,
are
yeah.
the big ones for
The
that.
island's got the biggest space, I think, out of everybody's in there so far. I'm like,
So far, well, that's par for the course, really, with that.
I think
isn't
it
it?
used to be before. It used to be smaller, but now it's just
And
Well,
then they've
are
kind of
they still doing masks?
they confined it too, because you have the
No,
it's
they
like-
don't. They didn't ask for masks this year. That's one thing.
Yeah,
I
that's the
noticed.
one thing. Yeah, I noticed. I actually
The
did go in
workers
there.
wear the mask, but they stopped asking people to put the mask on.
I was wondering, like, he still does that at the store for the beguiling?
Yeah, in
And
the
so
store, that
I
hasn't
was going to
changed.
say, well, I wonder if he'll do it again. And that's fine. Like, it's his business. He's allowed to do that. It's just, it's really hard to control, especially in this type of environment, right? So but I didn't get asked that. But you do see how he could do it because they had the drapes in that, right? He has all the drapes and stuff like that. And they got it all set up so that you can go along alphabetically around the side, and then the center you have like bundles, you have art books, and then you have the more mature section for those who want
they-
to
it's
see
like-
something they shouldn't.
Like they put it on their website, the smut section. So it's just like don't even hide it, just smut. Just like okay, they're not even gonna.
So it's running. So we're just talking. There's no real changes in terms of the types of merchandise we're looking at these days.
And
at least right now.
And I saw actually, what was it at the front? Maybe they were there before last year, but I can't remember them being there. Spare time, and they have all the gotcha machines and stuff like that. They brought out near the front of the dealer's room when you go right in.
I mean, I passed by an Okyo. Is that how we pronounce it?
Oh yeah, but I also noticed one thing though with the 30th anniversary, a lot of the vendors are giving because of the 30th, they're giving sales on everything. Like
They're marketing.
They're
in other
marketing,
words.
yeah. So, yeah, I forget there was one vendor I saw that had a fidgets, kind of like a fidget gun. It's kind of like you can just fire off those shots, and it's just blanks. It's just not even loaded. I was like, everyone's just like, oh wow, it's kind of fun.
Well, so have you been to any panels yet so far?
Not yet. I was walking around pretty much all day.
So nothing for you. Mo, basically, you're just people watching.
It's the best thing about Miami North, man. The people.
Well, not to be facetious about it, but like, this is always the charm of the place, though. Like the parking lots. this is. I mean, since and hear me out on this one for a couple minutes. Like they love. Like the conversations I have with organizers, like on why they like being in this area. There's all this gathering space, right? People can just come around the little grass fields that surround the buildings, the big parking lot. The cordoned off portions of it at the TCC because they're
Just
having
a lot of
outdoor
space.
space.
A
There's just
lot
a
of
lot of
open
space,
space.
a lot of
Yeah.
social space,
You
right?
can easily do a lot of stuff with this
And
place.
it happens. We'll
Just
see how much of it. We'll see how much of it in the rain this year.
I was gonna say if the weather was just a little bit better, you know.
Yeah, as I said, 2 years in a row we're having two.
Don't worry, next year will be 40 degrees, man.
They
It's
moved
gonna
the
be-
outdoor acrobat show inside. I noticed this year.
Oh, so it's
too.
in TCC
Yeah.
Yeah, in
in South.
yeah.
Okay, I didn't know that.
I was
I
like,
know.
I saw it. I was like, wait, wasn't this thing outside? And they're like, no, it's inside this year. I'm like, oh,
Well,
okay.
if it's worth something, and like for reference, I have not seen the dealer's room yet because I've just been going around just trying to
Yeah.
meet a few people. So this is what we're like. It's Anime North. It's par for the course at the moment. So
And Bot Brawl, the robot brawling thing is being set up again. I'm like, oh, thank you, God, for
Oh.
some fun entertainment.
so we'll have that later.
It's gonna be loud, but it's gonna be fun.
No, that'll be a fun time. But
So there's that. James, you have a couple observations to make already so far, or
yeah,
like
no,
a sour because
I
I
guess
think
it'll be interesting to see, as we said, how it'll go for tomorrow and stuff like that. But yeah, it's like, as we said, more merch to sell and stuff like that. It's like they do have the manga and the other thing, but nothing on the Blu-ray side. It's like you're not seeing many of those anymore. So it's definitely similar to what we talked on the streaming side. But there definitely is some people selling that if you go over to Nomanoichi. So it's interesting the mix of things people are selling, as we said, and it definitely was warm in there, as we said.
Hey, Norm McAvoy has walked into the room. We'll talk with him more at length tomorrow night. But
Welcome,
he's just
welcome.
checking in. So, yeah, so far so good. We are good so far. Just settling in, and we'll we're just continuing giving our impressions day one, which is always fun. You know, Norm goes around. Like he's doing his patrols, his patrols around the hotel. So, thank you. We'll talk later. But probably not too many I would want to bring up. Like nothing I can really think of.
Night, Norm.
We'll talk to you later. So, like, as I said, I just have not had a chance to visit the dealer's room myself.
Hey, take your time to go around. That's what I did.
Did you see anything at Nomanichi? Since
Oh,
you
yeah,
said,
okay, well, I was
you
about
were
to
there,
go-
Like it was warmer?
It
but
was warm, there was
interesting.
people, and people are happy to get the stuff they do. I want to actually talk to, like, pick Kevin's brain on this when a little bit more in the future, but maybe
got a
I'll bring it
table
up.
this year, right?
Huh?
He got a table this
He
year,
got a
right?
table.
He
That's why
did,
he isn't
yeah.
here at this point. He's doing the Nomi as well at this hour, and I think this is like I have two things to mention about Noma Noichi, and one is well here which one do you want to talk about? The more serious one or the more nostalgic one? Which one do you
Serious.
want me to go with first?
Let's go some serious, man.
A lot of the scuttle over the last little bit over the Noma Noichi is the concern about the type of people who are selling there, right? It's partly the bootlegs, but I think the bigger concern over the last little bit.
Oh, is it AI?
No, it's not AI.
Okay.
It's more like, okay, how many, like the whole idea with the Noma
Counterfeit
Noichi.
stuff?
Huh?
Counterfeit
No,
stuff?
well, we've already talked about it.
It's like, how professional
That's
are they?
there. We are hitting it all, you're getting there. It's
So
more,
professional AI.
No, not professional AI, but professional in this way. The whole idea with the Noma Noichi was the idea of swapping away or selling
garage
off
sale,
your
yeah.
it's a garage sale, a flea market,
A swap meet.
secondhand goods, swap meets, and what have you. And I think some of the concern this year about Noma Noichi,
Is it professional?
well, how many of those sellers are doing garage sales, and how many of these are
Businesses?
mini vendors?
Mini vendors. That's a good
That's
term.
a term
That's a good
that
term,
that
mini
I've heard
vendors.
bandied about. Like
I mean,
how
I think that the onus of that would be on.
the organizers to find it.
I was gonna say, yeah, but then in that case, then it's like an extra set of burden to like trick the organizers into thinking you're not a mini vendor when you're just, a normal person selling some stuff, right?
That's part of it, and I guess that's part of the latest part of the dilemma. So there might be some tells there, like how many people selling multiples of the exact same items. That's some of your tells, I guess.
Really?
Sure.
Wow.
I mean, that's the type of stuff they're looking for, and this has been at least a discussion that started on the AN official Facebook page. And I know I know part of that discussion, even Dave Merrill himself, and in many respects, this is something that he helped bring over, this concept. He's paying attention too, because I know he's reposted that. So that's our dilemma. That's the latest part of the dilemma, and it bears noting once again. Largest number of applicants this year for the Noma Noichi. Your chances of getting a table were 50-50, and those were considered the worst odds yet. Right?
Damn.
So that's to solidify what's the discussion, that part of the discussion going on. Second part of the discussion concerning Noma Noichi, and there's the nostalgia factor. How much are you going to see from, like, you're not going to see too much in the dealer's room, or how much are you going to see in the dealer's room from titles at least 15 years before, much less 30 from the time of Anime Norse conception, which is a bad word to use, and that's the best one I could think of at 11 to 18 p.m. But I mean, it's to say, yeah, nostalgia, right? I sold nostalgia whenever I went there. I was
True.
selling I sold DVDs of shows that were long out of print, and people were happy to relive a moment from their past, or something that got them through at that time, right? The spark joy I keep talking about.
Yeah, or the manga, the DVDs.
Yeah,
and
no,
stuff like
manga, a DVD that was out of print. I still, the two stories I will always talk about of the stuff I've sold. Somebody bought my copy of Gatekeepers. saying he watched the series originally. I think it was on G4. It might have been on G4 many years ago. He watched it when he was in hospital, recovering, and he was so happy to see that because he said it helped him at the time. The other was a little bit more humorous, and the guy who came up to my table and said, "This is a shot in the dark. I'm wondering if you have this. Do you have anything concerning the Nelvana dub of Card Captors?" And I did. I had a copy of the first 4 episodes on DVD, and we had a nice conversation. And there was your nostalgia.
Did they ever release the entire thing on DVD?
No, not the whole. I
not the whole
don't.
thing,
Not
just
the
to-
Nelvana dub. Just maybe the first handful of episodes.
Because I know that's what they're doing with a lot of those old classic anime. They're just releasing like the whole thing on Blu-ray. That way you can.
But the Nelvana take on Card Captors was something else altogether when it happened 25 years ago. I think 25.
Yeah,
That's,
more.
dude, that theme
Give or
song
take.
is like such a
Iconic one.
Yeah.
Maybe for wrong reasons, but yeah. Well, that and the Digimon song. So anyway, so there's those. You're not gonna so once again, just to hammer that in. If you're gonna find something from unless it was an evergreen title, your Eva, your I guess I can't say Oh My Goddess, even though Belle Dandy's voice is here. But Eva, I guess would be there.
Yeah.
Sailor Moon would be there,
Yeah.
right? Dragon Ball would be there.
Anything pre-2000.
Well, but we're talking quasi-mainstream
Yeah.
for our fandom,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
You might be able to you can probably find that in the dealer's room, but anything else a little bit more would have been popular in its time, but has it really? Do people really think of it now?
True.
You find that stuff in the Nomi.
True.
You hope to find that stuff in
And
the Nomi.
that's the joy of the Nomi, right? Coming together and selling nostalgia in that sense.
Yeah. I mean, there's a small regret that I got a table, but I couldn't do the Nomi last year, so it had to be given.
Yeah.
Right? And quite honestly, maybe I was at peace with it because I had to be here later on too.
Yeah.
Right? When I was the last I was able to do it, I was only able to do about an hour and a half because I had to get ready for here as well, and I was happy with how I did. I'm not sure if it was quite 1,000, but
No, you
I was,
broke even. I remember.
my goal is always modest, just keep the costs, but if anything, to pay for the weekend, and I know I accomplished that. So that's that's as much as I could say about Noma Noichi, and maybe I'll ask. We can ask Kevin. We'll ask my friend. I'll ask her about it, and we'll see what their takes are about it. And for what it's worth, I know her stuff was even more older and more what's the word? Eclectic, or certainly you had to be in the know. A little bit more obscure in comparison.
Sure.
I guess that's the word I was looking for, right?
Unique. No, that's
Certainly
not
unique might be the word, at least in the context of the other stuff you would have seen,
true.
right? Anyway, so that's
Actually, if you want to talk about nostalgia, I was thinking about it, Mike. You know what came out in Japan last Friday for the first 2 episodes in theaters? Do you?
Was it
Giant
shit.
robots,
Not
but
Was
like
it- was it-
everyday giant robots.
everyday giant robots.
Don't you remember Pat Labor?
Really?
So Pat Labor EZY, or maybe it's Pat Labor Easy, because it's EZ and Y after that. And it's a completely new take on Pat Labor, I guess modernizing or whatever, but they're doing it in theaters in Japan. So last week, I guess May 15th, they had the first 2 episodes. Then I guess they're doing another 2 episodes in the theaters in the summer. And then early next year, they're doing the next 2. So I guess it's 6 episodes, kind of like an OVA series, but in theaters. And I guess it's celebrating Pat Labor because they did do early this year the 4K releases of the first 3 movies, Pat Labor 1, Pat Labor 2, and Pat Labor 3. The one, I forget now, it's like X something, whatever. But it was interesting that they were saying, will it come over here is another question, right?
Oh, 100%.
Because
You would
You
like
think
to
the
think,
fans are
but you
gonna-
don't know because and this is part of the issue because the people who would have done that are no longer around. That's CPM, with the television series and the OVAs
And
and, the manga.
so it is still licensed. So Sentai did release again Blu-ray. They lost the license. Guess who is just solicited the first OVA on Blu-ray is probably going to bring it back and might do the 4Ks. Discotheque.
I was about to say.
So Discotheque.
Don't say, please not Crunchyroll.
Discotheque. And then, so this first disc, it's going to be pristine, and then it's going to have the extra CPM had that basically Sentai wasn't able to get. Like the first OVA, early days for Pat Labor, John O'Donnell, JOD from CPM, I guess he did it with some of the Japanese crews. So they had the commentary on either the first 2 or 3 episodes with Oshi. And it was basically, they were watching it, they were doing the commentary, but as they're watching and stuff like that, they're guiding Oshi and stuff like that and talking about, you know what I mean, part of the series. So it's kind of like an interview and commentary, and then he's piping in with different things about what they're seeing. It's like, oh, I remember that and stuff like that, and it really came out well, and it was too bad it wasn't on the Sentai one, but it's now back, which is a good one, yeah, to see from Discotheque, along with probably a pristine disc that hopefully more people will be able to see, and hopefully they don't have just the OVA, hopefully they have obviously the TV series and the movies in 4K and stuff like that, and for the movies hopefully they have the manga UK dub as well for those first 2 movies as well, because I know some people had nostalgia for that.
Well, that's interesting, actually.
But yeah, the interesting part based on is Bandai Filmworks is the one doing it, so we'll see whether they bring it over. And then the other question is, if they do bring it over, is it a sub-only release? Do they believe it enough to give it a dub and try again? And the other thing is, the first 2 episodes you can know is similar to how you remember it for the TV and OVA. So it's like the first one is like, okay, the labors are out there, there's a bit of action and stuff like that. And then the second episode is just like you remember in the series, their day, it's like their team B. It's not, we're not looking at the A team of the police department, we're looking at team B. And there's not a lot of crime on the streets, so they're not always going to be in the giant robots stopping crime or
it feels
doing
like
whatever.
a Barney Miller episode.
So you'd have like that one where they're kicking back in that. So that's kind of what I guess the second episode, it sounds like, was, where basically the one female officer is writing out a fake report, incident report, because there's nothing else to do, and then she gets called to do something else, and then the different team members start filling out the incident report with different things about an incident that never happened.
I'm just going to quickly interject, and then we'll just continue to move on. And as I said, Pat Labor is a good name from the past.
Good one, yeah.
How's everyone's signal in here in terms of phones? Because
it is spotty as best.
Spotty at best, yeah. Because I am getting practically
Imagine
nothing.
if we were live streaming this.
Imagine
Not
trying
happening.
to get the guidebook and trying to update it, and then trying to get to a
Oh,
different part of the
yeah.
grid. You know what I mean?
Not happening, dude. But and this probably speaks again to that 40,000 that we're talking about
Yep.
here. It's
I thought it was
overwhelming
our
the
great
network.
telecom companies.
Well, they are saying they're not doing as well these days. Oh well. Anyway. Okay. Can I put Lawrence on the spot for a couple
Yeah,
minutes?
go for
Because-
it.
Sure, why
and
not?
it's nothing horrible, because you kind of hinted you wanted to talk about this, and we only get you on once a year, unless you want to online in, and we can chat online.
Got a TV right there.
Yeah. What have you been watching lately, and where have you been watching it?
Well, I have Disney Plus, so lately Disney Plus, and I didn't realize this, I Googled this, but Viz Media and Disney Plus made some kind of distribution deal, so Disney's just been dropping anime after anime after anime. I'm having a hard time trying to keep up. I started watching One Punch Man, and I'm like, what is the storyline behind this thing?
I think he punches people.
He seems bored as hell, and I'm like, dude, am I watching a really weak,
I don't know One Punch Man all that well.
Yeah, trust me, I just started watching it. I was just like, you know what? I see so many people cosplaying this character. Let me watch and see what it's about. After the first season, like, I'm still lost. I don't know what the storyline is.
Have you enjoyed it, or
A little bit. I'm googling like, what is the storyline to Punch One Punch Man?
That's anything else you've watched? Like, I mean,
I got to watch Digimon.
That's true. They did bring that back.
Yeah, they
Dropped a lot. You're right.
They dropped Dragon Ball Super.
Yep.
All
Dragon Ball Super,
131
yep.
episodes. There's so much, it's hard to keep track, man. At this point.
It's odd that Disney got this, like, because then there's no announcement, no.
Yeah, that's the thing that threw me off.
No
There was
fanfare,
no announcement.
nothing.
Sometimes they get things, but then they
like-
just drop it like Macross.
It's like
Macross,
one
they
day,
got-
all of a sudden, my thing is just like 20 shows, just all anime. I'm like, what the hell happened?
I remember when they got the Bleach 1,000-Year War, and that became a big thing. They promoted it, and everyone knew about it. Go to Disney Plus to watch it, and then it's just like all this new stuff can also be watched there.
Yeah, it's like I can't keep track, man. It's like, what's next? It's gonna.
well, can we? You've riffed off a number of titles, so can we keep going through the list in terms of the anime stuff that's on Disney Plus right now?
Tokyo
1,000
Revengers
years.
is pretty good. That's on there. That's pretty new, I guess. Not old.
And I think it's on other services too.
True.
But
Yeah.
and well, we're about to get to this part of it, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
The
anything
one
else?
thing I want to ask you guys, because I've been debating on signing up for Crunchyroll or not, because Crunchyroll, God, I know the price is ridiculous, but they have the sequel to the Ronin Warriors spin-off that they're doing
I mean,
now.
you're a fan. I've known that.
I
in the
want to
past.
watch this thing, but I'm like, is it worth it to sign up just to watch the episodes? Just want to
You know
stick
what?
that
That's
around the table.
and I ask about this.
I think that's the question is like, are you just going to go and watch that, or do you think you'll watch anything else or have the time to? And then the question is, well, okay, if I know a certain time period I'm going to be there, maybe I just go for 1 month because I know in that 1 month I might be able to watch, right?
It's like,
those episodes or whatever.
Yeah.
Okay, so what, like, I think we'll go around the table. What are the services you subscribe to? Just going around the table right now.
I mean, let's see. We got the
and
Disneys.
we're talking about stuff that's still legal and up. So because
I have my
there's so much that's a bit of-
RIPH.
So I have Netflix and Disney Plus for most of my shows and
like,
animes.
I mean,
it's the only safe one still intact.
like, yeah.
Oh yeah, Disney Prime.
You're on Prime, okay.
Yeah, and Crave as well. But
Oh.
you know that's Crave.
So those
Yeah,
aren't
it's
pirate
Crave.
sites?
no,
Yeah.
no.
James,
They're being harder to find now. Okay, I don't know what they're doing with these pirate sites.
Well, have you heard
No,
about that pirate site called Crunchyroll? It has lots of anime on it.
I thought it reformed. Did it not reform? Did it not see the light?
well, people will debate that they're being robbers in other ways.
And, what was it? I've still kept on with High Dive and stuff like that. So they
You-
still
you
have
FCR?
something. Yep. So High Dive sometimes it just depends on what they get from season to season, because remember it's tough to compete with the one big boy on the block. But
and we're
I'm
gonna-
still with them for this year, so I've been enjoying some of the ones they've had.
Don't tell
this
me you
year.
got Signal.
I mean, no. I was just looking through Disney's catalog. I didn't realize they got JJK on Disney Plus
Okay.
now.
Yeah, Jujutsu. Yeah, that's what I
But
read.
otherwise, like, you can go to other places we've talked to. Like, if you want, without subscribing or doing whatever, Retro Crush is up and stuff like that. Has some classic anime you can stream there. You can go on to certain YouTube sites like It's Anime and stuff like that. They have some of their catalog titles for Remo on the YouTube site for certain regions like North America. And then even Tubi. I know Tubi has gotten certain older series and stuff like that on their site and stuff like that that you can watch with advertisements.
Sorry,
Yeah.
now that you mentioned YouTube, it's true because YouTube, Beyblade and a bunch of them, they uploaded, they created a YouTube page, and now you can watch the very first season down to the new ones on YouTube for free. And I'm like, oh wow, so why the hell did you selling DVDs and Blu-rays? And
Well, you got to make your money somehow, I guess. And and the physical market. This is still like the fandom is still very much a collector's market.
the only problem with the YouTube thing is, and I see people complain, is that it's like it's all there, but it's not in the proper sequence of the episode. So you're like, episode 1, then episode 40, then episode 12. I'm like, dude, where?
Well, the question with some of those ones, Lawrence, too, is do they have playlists and stuff like
Yeah,
that?
that's
And
the
some,
question.
and some
Like,
of them,
you know
and
what I
some of
mean?
them may, some of them may not. It's like, are they?
But well, you know, it's like season 2 in English, but it's like the episodes are all out of whack. So it's like it's not even the right order of watching the show. So it's like,
Yeah.
You had to really scroll down and go
But
like.
definitely, I will say that, streaming is where everyone is, as we talked about before. Like, I was looking, Mike, Crunchyroll is still making solicitations each month, but it's like, I could barely count it on one hand.
So
it's that
we
bad. And so all of it, if you want to watch it, it's like you have to go online and it could disappear at any time. And then it's weird, as we said, on the Crunchyroll store, we've talked about, is Iowa going to survive? They have merchandise, still trying to get that, and that's probably where they're going. But some of the manga disappearing, a lot of their competitors for Blu-rays that we know are still in print are disappearing. Like Discotheque on the Crunchyroll store, 27 discs on the store, and trust me, a lot more is in print for Discotheque. And the last solicitation, so they have the pre-orders for end of next month, June, but the end of March, those pre-orders, they were fulfilled by Amazon on time. They were fulfilled on time by Media OCD's store. But guess what? Crunchyroll, some of them were waiting for a month to basically get those. Like, it's like they didn't even care. And then you're saying they're not even they're just delisting stuff. And so that's why, as we said, Media OCD is kind of where you want to go, because they're doing the deep dives. They're making sure everything is still available if you want to get it. But then the question is, do you want to pay for it and stuff like that? Because then you got to think about shipping. You got to think about, for us in Canada, the dollar and getting over the border.
Yeah, and for
so
them,
it's become even more expensive, but you understand and stuff like that, where they come from. And even Anime Ego, which is part of Media OCD, same thing. They only have one Blu-ray on the Crunchyroll store at the moment, and that's Alien 9. And who knows if they shipped it to anyone, because that's supposed to be out in the next few weeks. And then even Sentai's next solicitation, nothing is showing up on their store and stuff like that. So it's kind of like, well, what are you guys doing?
Yeah.
And then Media OCD, as we said, they're picking up the slack on the Discotheque side. Justin Zavakis is also doing, like, they're not taking all of Sentai's and John Cerebella Media Blasters, all of their anime releases, but they're taking some of them that make sense. You know what I mean, for them, because they only have so much warehouse space. But I think since we last talked, Mike, they've moved their store website because they were on Wix.
Yeah,
and
this
Justin
is a big
Zavakis
part
had basically put it together, as he said, over a weekend.
They were on Wix?
They were on Wix.
Really?
Yeah, because they originally, the store was just going to be a small thing. They were just going to do the Anime Ego stuff.
Right.
They're doing one thing per month. But then now, since it grew so big, basically they're now on WooCommerce, and he has an e-commerce guy with him.
That's good.
And basically they had some things.
There's your scale.
They've now successfully mitigated over to Woo. But as we joked a few weeks ago, there were some bumps along the way. And some of it was some of the orders. So I only had one order, but I know it's going to come to me. But you basically have to go to the old site to see some of your old orders, and they couldn't get it over. And when Justin tried to, like, basically migrate it over and stuff like that, somehow the one way he tried, he sent an email to everyone from a personal email, whatever, associated with the new site, saying that we may be charged again. So he's like, yeah, that probably did not make people happy. But most people were good humored with him. Like, you know what I mean? It's like we understood where. And then there were other things that were weird and glitchy. Like, I mentioned one thing in his Discord, and I was surprised he fixed it in 30 minutes. I figured, oh, he'll just get it later on, where it was, they had some Anime Ego titles. And I think Blackjack was one of them, Nobody's Boy Remy, and a few others, where it was just for North America. And since we're in Canada, it was showing, even though I had ordered them and got them before on the old thing, in the new store, it was saying, we cannot ship it to your region and stuff like that. So I just asked him and said, hey, just wondering, it's like, are these available in Canada still, stuff like that? It's like, oh, sorry, we forgot to whitelist Canada along with the US and stuff like that. And so I just jokingly said, oh, thank you very much. I just wanted to help people out who might not have seen the series, and it's good to know I'm still a part of North America.
Yeah, well, until we're actually part of America. Anyway.
But you know what the other
Any
funny,
day now.
you know what the
Yeah.
funny one too that actually did a mitigation for store? Did you see Indigo kind of change their whole store and stuff like that? And it feels like moved to a new platform and stuff like that? They revamped it?
I personally have not had too
Yep.
many issues myself, but because I haven't really
No,
tried
it's
lately.
interesting because I'm glad if you had, like they said they had things, I guess, with certain orders and certain things. I'm glad I gave them a call
Well,
before they did that thing, because part of my one order that had one of my print-on-demand titles basically was nowhere to be seen for 2 weeks. I gave them a call. They fixed it all up. But when I went and they transferred over, those titles disappeared from my list. So it's almost like they didn't exist. But they did charge it. But they did charge me and send me and send me and send me.
Yeah.
But it would have been a problem if they hadn't sent them, and I'd have to show them my email or something. But hopefully they have it on the back end.
yeah, it's weird. I don't have anything pending, any pending orders. With
But
them
I
right
can
now.
tell you, like the other thing with Indigo, and I saw it with Video Games Plus and a few of the other sites, is did you see Mike getting away from passwords? It's like, okay, we're sending you
Passkeys.
a
Passkeys.
passkey or something like that to your email. I hope your email's secure because that's
Or
where the
verification.
thing is
Honestly-
going, and then you put it in. So they're gonna find a way, I'm sure.
No,
soon
but
enough.
that is a lot easier than a password.
I think it is better. It's just they're gonna find a way. Someone's gonna find a way, right?
Yeah.
But it's like I'm seeing a lot of them are going to that, Mo. It's like.
Yeah. I mean, back to the physical stuff. For what it's worth, I know some friends have had issues with their wish lists and what have you on Indigo.
Yeah, no, I noticed the wish list things that I had already bought in the recent months, and I'd had on my wish list and bought and completed and all that, showed up on my wish list again. So I had to delete some things from my wish list.
I will be correcting. I will be preparing
I had to go-
mine for my birthday because then I get those discounts.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, just to double back on the whole streaming stuff though. You're only just the two services, no Netflix.
No,
On your case, like I mean,
no Netflix, no Prime or stuff like that. And if there are things there, then I talk to other parties that help me in other ways.
Yeah.
Let's put it that way.
In my case, and then let me go back physical for afterwards.
Buddy.
You guys are laughing at me. Netflix, Crunchyroll, and I guess if we're gonna talk books, I still have the manga up.
Wait, aren't you
Subscription.
using Crunchyroll's manga app?
No, I don't. Couldn't. I
Didn't
just could not.
They just got Kodak
I-
on there.
But you have
I
to
just could
charge.
not.
They charge you extra for the manga portion.
Yeah.
Remember, so it's gate
Unless you're
cut.
on the-
So basically, that's
and it's
why.
not. It just doesn't seem like it's extensive.
But
Sure.
Kodansha came on, but it feels like they were adding things they had already had well before in the past when it was included, right? And so when I look at it, I don't see any value on the manga side for Crunchyroll.
Not right now.
So all I see is value. I just want the basics of the basics and just let me see the anime and stuff like that.
Yeah. So
Because
that's it.
I know they're trying to say, oh, you can get things from our game vault. Oh, you can get
I mean, I'm
discounts
on
on our
yeah,
store.
and I'm
stuff.
on the level where I could do the games, but I don't. Right? Because I took that tier because I just want to be able to download like to
Offline viewing?
Yeah, the offline
Exactly.
viewing, I know.
But I heard that the first paid tier or the first tier now at least offers you one device. I don't know, but that might be worth double checking. But that's me right now. And yes, sometimes if any of these come out and are really something I'd want, if there's a DVD, if there's a book, and there's now a few on manga up, some that I'd already been starting to read, but then I've come across a couple titles that I know physical copies exist that I'm now interested in, right?
Yeah, because I know Mangup is the
and-
Square
and-
Enix and stuff like that, so you can look at either Square Enix itself, or I know they still deal with other publishers like Yen Press and that, but there's so many other, as you said, manga-type apps, I guess, that are either on phones, whether it's the Google Play or Apple Store, or sometimes they have a PC version or... you know,
And maybe sometimes with varying degrees of legitimacy. I mean, remember when we started
and
this
a lot of them is coins and stuff like that.
Oh, well,
and,
yeah.
and I just don't like that model. I know they use it in Asia and other places, but I just don't like that model of, well, here's a few free chapters, and then we're going to nickel and dime you for the rest of the chapters and stuff like that by buying coins or buying this fake currency. And I'm just like, either take it or leave it. You know what I mean? I'd rather have either
Well,
a streaming type thing or, you know what I mean, more.
and that I think that's where we're going to start going in the next couple days and as we continue to talk about things here at Anime North. First of all, going back to the just to add to the streaming side, there's been this talk the last little bit about what's Crunchyroll's current position in terms of anime and their current dominance. Has it dwindled? Some have made the argument it's been that Netflix has overtaken them. Some are saying, watch out, here comes Prime. You just talked about Disney Plus, Lawrence.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm
So
saying. Like,
where is
Crunchyroll at some point is going to have to contend with Netflix, Disney,
in some form?
Amazon, and then who knows with the Warner Brothers Paramount thing, that might be another.
I'm assuming that Crunchyroll has some sort of roadmap and plan in place to alleviate.
Let's talk about how bumpy that could get.
I don't think they have the kind of
right?
cash to put up with the contend with.
Well,
Disney.
remember but in the end, that is still Sony.
Yeah.
And
right?
some stuff is on that they have
And-
on Prime and on Netflix, and then to get those guys to mitigate, migrate over to them and stuff like that if they want.
And
How do you want to describe it? The real SH
exclusive.
or just other stuff. And
Yep,
this is
or
coming
explore.
back to your point. Okay, is Crunchyroll worth it for you?
Yeah.
It just depends how much more you want.
Yeah,
That's my answer.
I just want to be able to watch the dang thing and be like, finally, I got the nostalgia back from a cartoon that came out in the 90s here in North America. So
Yeah, and okay.
I didn't realize it came out in the 80s in Japan.
And to me, and I guess to answer that part of the question for you is, I guess it's just the monthly.
yeah.
And I went a monthly for a couple months till I said, okay, I think it's time just to go for a year. I think I went at least 3 months that way.
I think they already released the first half of the episodes, and then they're releasing the back half at the end of the year. And I'm like, oh, it doesn't say how many episodes there are. That's the only problem. So it's just like,
But
I guess it depends, as you said too, Mike. It's like, are you going to watch some of the current season ones, or are you just saying, okay, I want to look at ones that have been completed for,
Well, that's
what I
what-
mean?
yeah,
seasons
I get it.
series.
And
so as you
maybe
said, for some of them at the beginning, you're like, okay, I know which ones I want to watch. So I know I have the time for this amount of months, so I might do either 1 month or 3 months and stuff like that. Whereas it's like, okay, I know I'm going to be watching maybe a few of those, but I want to watch a few of the seasons and stuff like that and know they'll have the anime, right?
there's something like that. I mean, some of the stuff.
if they had the original and the
new ones,
sequel,
yeah.
I mean, yeah,
It's-
sure, it's 39 episodes plus.
Well, really, we get 39 still. Look, in my case, it's like some shows get compelling to me after I've watched a season. And then the second season comes out, and this is the story of me watching Angel Next Door, because the current season is actually I think episode 8 of the second season just came out today, and I've been watching that weekly, and I can live with that. But I zoomed through the first season, and then sometimes it's a case by case basis. There are other series where I think I can have a full course out, full seasons out, full 13s out, or whatever the terms are. And I'll go through them at my pace. Yes, there's been shows that I've watched a couple episodes and for whatever reason I've never gotten back to. It's case by case, right? But I'm content with that in terms of Crunchyroll. When it comes to Netflix, however, the thing is, right now I feel like I've handcuffed myself to that because I have plenty of Apple currency, and I'm probably one of the dwindling numbers that are able to pay off a subscription with iTunes.
You're a great grandfather then.
Huh?
You're a great grandfather then.
No kidding on the great grandfather side, right? They're waiting for this one to die. We are getting.
You mean they're going to buy you out, Mike?
No,
It's
no,
like, you'll be
no,
like
no,
one of the
no,
last
they
ones
just
in
might
Canada.
buy.
It's like,
Anyway, but it starts to lead into like some of the thoughts that we'll talk about tomorrow. And I know, like Mo, maybe you can talk. I know you'll give a thought. You can give a thought now for later, and then we'll start hinting at tomorrow, at some of tomorrow's talk.
But I think isn't the Anime Awards are coming up
Crunchyroll-
later tonight
yes,
based on
so-
time zones and stuff like
so
that?
that's gonna happen
So
overnight.
So I think it's like a 4:30 is going to be when they announce all the winners.
Yes, and we will,
So
and
it's only
we'll
like-
try
I
and
thought it was 4
we'll go through some of
a.m.
that.
our time and
Yeah,
then
for-
1 a.m.
4:30 our time,
Okay.
or 4 a.m. Yeah, 4 a.m. our time. So in 4 hours.
Yeah. And so by the time we start taping tomorrow, the results will be known.
And My Hero has won all the awards. Wow, who could have predicted that?
Yeah. But I think some of the talk, this year, or like some of the talk. Now we're gonna, as I said, we're gonna give a preview of tomorrow night and right now. And The Last Answer Man, Jerome, and I forgot, I can't pronounce his last name properly, right?
Deporte?
No.
No. It starts
No.
with an M, but it's
Yeah, and and I apologize. He'll never hear this, but I'll apologize to him now as I butcher his name. Jerome Mazandarani. I hope I said that right.
That's
You know what we might do is like we should have watched on Anime Ego's basically anime business. He was not
there.
not
And
this
he-
month, but last month he
and
was
he's
there,
a-
and then we would have. It was in
And the
my
guy
mind,
has-
but it's tough.
The guy's
And yes,
cred. The guy certainly has cred. I mean, this is the first time we brought his name up, I think, on this show. But looking at him, yeah, he has cred. And he was asked a question about how the credibility of the Anime Awards, the fact it's corporate run. What does the Japanese industry think of it? And it's a very loaded question, and it led to a very loaded answer. Right? And as I said, we'll go through it a bit more piece by piece. But this is like some of the dilemma. And there was a talk about, a discussion about the merits of award shows in general. But a lot of talk also about the fact that it could be self-serving because we are billing it as the Crunchyroll Anime Awards. And
and it's, as we said, it's them looking at outside Japan because they no longer have, as a part of the stream, Japanese subtitles or a Japanese language option and stuff like that they used to have.
yeah.
So
And-
as other languages came in a few years ago, kind of Japanese, that part got dropped out. But we'll talk about that probably tomorrow
but-
and stuff like that.
And he
But
took this from and Jerome took this. Notice I'm saying the first name. Jerome took this from more of a from that true industry standpoint, and that I think when we talk about it at length tomorrow night, I'd like to see how much of that longer discussion we've had throughout the year comes remember when we talked about foreign influence in anime, in the industry, and specifically the titles, and how I don't know, talked about the rest of the world will have to understand us.
Yep.
Right?
But
We're in a
then, you know what, Mike? The rest of the Japanese industry will have to understand the rest of the world because they must then understand, based on the one award that is the character we must protect at all costs, which is a very important category that's been there even this year.
I think that's a rigged category. Can't have
Anyway.
the same person winning every year.
But this is where we're about to go with that, right?
Yeah.
So we'll know about a little bit more about the results of the Crunchyroll Anime
you
Awards.
guys might know if you go outside and find better connection. I probably will not.
Well, sure, because I'm with TELUS.
Or do I just kind of hold up my phone towards the sun and it the signal gets better? Is that how it works?
Well, this Anime North weekend. This is what we're heading for with that discussion tomorrow. And as I said, the answer is a good answer and a very loaded one. But
and there were different parts to it too, right?
Yeah.
So it was really interesting.
But Mo, knowing your stuff, knowing your background and interests, just how should we feel about this? Because you're the type to watch the Oscars. You're the type to watch.
I love award shows, and I like how Crunchyroll was smart enough to put their name on the award show, so that it's
But this is
permanently
also
associated with them.
Yeah.
That's kind of smart, right?
Smart is it? Okay, in one sense, yes.
But other ones have done, because remember ADV did an award
Yep.
show and stuff
Yep.
like that. I forget what they called theirs, but remember they did theirs before they employed, and then finally, I guess Crunchyroll, well, they might have done some others along the way, but I think Crunchyroll was the one that then did it next, and they built it up till they got to where they are now, right? So,
But that's, I guess, the story.
10 years and strong, right?
But
Yeah,
as they
10 years.
said, they were outside, and then we'll talk about it tomorrow. One of the things that the Answer Man column talked about is probably bringing it back to Japan and stuff like that. And there is some strategy and smartness in that, you know what I mean? And
Strategy and
honoring it
smartness,
there.
but is it really working? And that's part of his answer, and it's part of. Okay, I'm not surprised to hear that part of the answer, to be quite honest, right? Because Crunchyroll's a thing outside of Japan.
Yeah.
It is, and we can debate rightfully or wrongfully, because that's a debate. But maybe we can't. But for now, we'll just state the facts. That it is that thing, as big as it is, right? But it just is. Within Japan itself, it's geo-blocked,
True.
right? So, and that's the part of the story that kind of leads to where.
And most of us
like
know
how
that.
the actual Japanese feel about this.
Yeah, most of us know that, but as we said, not everyone understands what that means fully.
Yeah, and I think we start to, and I think through Jerome's answer, we start to really get a sense of it, right? So, and this is part of, and as I said, this leads to a bunch of the little dilemmas that we'll talk about, and then we'll probably expand on through other angles. I hope Amy and Kevin can insight, and I hope they're not as hungry as I am by that point, because I am. But that's sort of what it is. Lawrence, if you want to chime in, like a thought. Like, I mean, have you had a habit of watching award shows? Because this is part of the story too. How much does an award show matter these days?
It depends on the prestige of the award in and of itself. I don't think they're ever going to get to a point in anime per se where it's like artists are working towards winning those type of awards. At least not from a commercial perspective.
Not for movies or whatnot, but mostly sports awards, like the NHL awards, sometimes the NFL
Yeah,
awards.
but this is we're talking about the merits again, right?
And I guess it depends, like as they said, because it depends on how they're giving out the awards and how people view them.
Yep.
But then you have, I guess, the more new age awards, and you have the model of what Crunchyroll is going for, what Jeff Keighley's doing with the Game Awards and stuff like that.
Yeah,
and
like
that's
that
probably,
one.
and that one is a
That's
parallel
more so I
right there and
would
stuff
watch.
like
That's the
that.
parallel.
Where it's kind of not just certain chosen people, but also you have the fans and stuff like that doing this daily voting, which feels odd, but who knows? It seems to have done well because both of them are chugging along as we've seen and stuff like that. Yeah. But maybe different audience, not for our type of audience that is older. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
No, but the Game Awards has progressed over time.
Oh, yeah.
He's done a lot of progression in that.
Surprisingly, I've seen some Twitch streamers when they're streaming the video
awards?
game awards, it gets like huge numbers.
Yeah, yeah.
Whoa, it's
I think ever since they dropped the Spike TV tag, it became kind of better.
yeah. And now they kind of let streamers react.
And since
watch it.
and now Jeff Keighley's grown that, but then he's trying the other brand. It's maybe about the same, but not as big. Where he does, since E3 is no more, he does like his Summer Games Fest, which is going to show up next month.
Do you remember that E3 was a thing?
Yeah, and this is,
yeah,
but how
that.
things have changed in this influencer and then the further YouTube and
But it's
streaming.
as we said, yeah, the Game Awards and for streaming culture, and that similar energy is there definitely on the anime side with Crunchyroll Anime Awards and stuff like that. I would
think
say that, right?
It's still trying to figure that part out, I think. So that'll be
Stay
tough.
as long as you want.
Norm's just come back in the room.
You can stay as long as you want, guys. So that's it.
We'll let you know when we're done.
Just let us know, or if I'm not here, let Brian know.
We brought our
gotcha.
sleeping bags. We're here
Thanks,
for the night.
Norm.
Thanks, Norm.
Make it too often.
Okay.
Anyway, but as I said, that's the preview for tomorrow night. Before then, though, tomorrow.
Yes. What's happening tomorrow?
So what are people looking for tomorrow then? Like, I mean,
I hate to tell you, Mike, but tomorrow is today. According to my
Well,
watch.
no,
we got
we got 2 minutes,
2 minutes.
dude.
1 minute.
We got dude. Oh yeah, no, 1 minute. Okay, Saturday. What are? And my phone's telling me to go sleep now. What are we looking for tomorrow? Like what tomorrow?
I mean, I'm still debating whether or not there's gonna be any rain. I mean, everyone keeps saying this rain's gonna happen, but I don't know if it's gonna happen, man.
I thought you were gonna will it not to happen, Mo. You're just gonna walk out with shorts and t-shirt. Everything will be fine.
No. The mayor's gonna show up. He's gonna do a little performance, and there's not gonna be any rain.
Is that what mayors do now? I've never heard that.
Basically an anti-rain dance. Okay, cool. You're only here today, though.
I know. I'm not here tomorrow. I do have to take shelter tomorrow.
Yeah, okay.
What about Sunday as well?
Nah, say it as well. Sorry, guys.
Aw.
There's just one day.
One and done. But hey, it was
one
fun.
and
It's fun being here with all y'all. That's always good, you know.
James, what do you? Anything in particular that you are really looking forward to?
I was gonna go and see Victor Lucas, and then I was also going to see the Inoue family, I guess. Try to get the autograph of the mother.
I get that.
And then the other thing was two of the Japanese animators. I forget the names off the top of my head, but I was thinking of going to maybe get their autographs as well. One of them I know worked on Vinland Saga for animation and stuff like that, and the other one worked on a place farther from the Earth or something like that. That was the one that also
So
worked on Trigun.
two members. So
Not the ones
members
from
of
Trigger.
So
Not the ones from Trigger.
Takahiko Abreu,
Correct.
Takahiro Yoshimatsu.
Correct.
So I know. I
And
think
then
I'm looking at
I'll
to
go
try and get an
around
autograph there.
and see, like you, what's happening in the dealer's room, what's happening in the North building with the gaming and stuff like that, to see what's going on there.
Mm-hmm.
And then seeing maybe some panels and stuff like that that might catch our interest, because there's still a lot of interesting panels every year we come here, right?
Yeah,
So-
yeah. I mean, Anime by the Numbers will happen tomorrow evening. That's one I personally want to go to. We've already talked about the Inoues and how much I would want to see that. Even though I did see a bit of Kikoku already tonight. So and I'm autograph chasing, and if regardless of whether or not I'm successful with the autograph chase there,
So,
well, you'll see what that
interesting
turns out to be.
question, Mike. You said you got to see a bit of the panel. So, how full was the panel there?
That best half.
Okay,
I
so
guess.
you're saying that we might have a chance for an autograph over the next 2 days, because I know it's the afternoon for both of them.
Yeah. We'll see ultimately what happens. And what's the autograph policy this year?
You got to get there earliest half hour before, and basically one item per person. And there's things you can't get autographed, like Funko Pops and stuff like that, even though they're still alive as a company and still sold. And still sold any big games.
Maybe I was a little surprised.
But anyway, so yeah, it's like official merch. Like manga or something tied to characters they've played and stuff, or Blu-rays or things like that, official merch and stuff like that. And we'll see how it goes. So I think they said 3:30 for Inoue family, and so probably 3 o'clock is when we have to get there, and we'll see how it goes.
I get the feeling that that'll be the bulk of my afternoon.
Because I want to try to get something, something
we're
for
chasing.
police teacher or something like
Oh,
that.
yeah.
And I think
Yeah.
Kevin might have something similar like that.
And
And
I
know
will
you
I
had
will
some-
let you. I will let you know that she did do a fan service by saying "sayo kanji soyo."
Ah, yes.
So-
They had mentioned that in the bio, didn't they? I thought
Yeah.
when they had the Anime North thing.
Mm-hmm. Lawrence, what are you looking for tomorrow?
Oh man, for once with the retro gaming room now on the gaming hall, I'm gonna hit that up a good chunk of the day. I'll probably go to the YTV host one at 12 tomorrow, or today anyway.
It is now 12:03 in the morning. Happy
noon.
Saturday.
So
day
12 to
two.
1, and then probably for the end of the night, do another, we're in Plaza Room A, I think, or A or C, for Black Folks Like Anime too. And that one always gets a large crowd and a long lineup for it too.
Yeah. Okay. And I told this to him. I told this to him, to Lawrence yesterday, because he wasn't aware of this. We mentioned Honoka. Her signature role, one of her big roles right now is playing Wakuri in Fragrant Flower, right? And I didn't. I kind of dropped one on Lawrence. I don't know. I forget her name, but if you can look up the current cast of Fragrant Flower. Fragrant Flower blooms with dignity. the English voice of Wagori is black.
Oh, I didn't even know that.
So just on that note, right?
She should come to the panel then.
She'd be welcome regardless. I
Yeah,
think.
easily.
And maybe she can meet. It would have been cool. Maybe she
Because
would.
it's been like 2 years where we had a full room, like literally. And I was like, yeah, I think we need a bigger room. But they're like, I don't think we can go any bigger. I'm like, yeah.
You can always say, remember Anime Hell? They somehow managed to find that bigger room.
Yeah. Well, no, it's just like there's so many people standing in line, and then when we get inside, then everybody's all sitting, and we're all like, does it mean the room completely full?
And you guys are in one of the bigger rooms now, right?
Yeah.
You guys remember it's that Plaza Ballroom, and they split in 3, right?
Yeah. So it's like we literally filled one of the biggest rooms, and we're just like, I don't think it's ever happened.
Yeah. So there's, but you didn't know. Like,
didn't
you
know.
weren't aware of that, right? And so Karuko Wagori is in the English version played by a woman named Biju Van.
Oh wow. I definitely had to look that.
So and she's done interviews concerning the role already. So you can see those on YouTube.
Nice.
So and there's like, hey, everyone likes anime. At least everyone going around the compound this weekend.
Hey.
Oh yeah, I still get the joke from my mom. Like, are you still the only black kid there? I go, Mom, stop saying
Far,
that.
yeah.
I'm like, I'm not the only black guy there. It's like, really? I'm like, yes, really. It's like, if you were to walk around the parking lot, you'd be surprised.
Well,
I was gonna say you
all
could take a picture of the panel, right? And then
yeah, take a picture.
That's what I said. I took a picture.
Take a picture.
She's like, wait, she's like, that many black people? I'm like, Mom, if you see the size of the room, you would understand why that's significant.
Yeah, there you go. But there's the stuff to all look forward to. I think we've all listed it all off. So, Anime North Day 1 is about to come to an end. This episode, if to the people who are listening, in the room, this episode will go up shortly, within the next couple hours as it ends, and hopefully maybe people will be able to give a listen to this as they are lining up or preparing for day number 2.
Nothing better than a nice long podcast while waiting in line.
Well, this is at less than 90 minutes. This is actually a pretty short one.
Oh, it's only been 90 minutes?
Yeah, we can't have that now, can we? Right?
Cue the extras.
Hopefully people remember the whole, you go to Anime North, remember the, shower, bathe. It's like, don't just slap.
Is that still an
Don't
issue?
spray the Axe body spray. Someone took like a picture, like they're gonna buy like a whole thing of Axe body spray. I'm like, no, it's like deodorant, man. Use deodorant for everybody else.
Get it at the source. Okay.
Oh, God.
It's like, it's not that hard.
Good to see you, Lawrence.
Yeah, it's good to see
Good to
you.
see you. No. Let me know when the next K-pop band
we
races north of here. Okay.
We got Monster X coming in September or October. Well, a lot of people already want to buy tickets. I'm like, Jesus. Like, here we go again.
Well, brace yourself.
After Cat's Eye,
ITZY was there. We
ITZY,
talked about
yeah.
ITZY, so we've talked about ITZY.
And I think only one concert we undersold the tickets.
Really?
Wow.
Well,
Yeah, because I like someone took a picture of where they were sitting on the floor, and then they kind of panned up, and I was like, wait. I'm just like,
Yeah, okay.
That one empty seat.
oh, like no, I see like a whole row of seats. I'm like,
Yeah.
is it me or are there empty seats up in the?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, I'm not imagining what I'm seeing. It's until you zoom in, it's just like, no, I'm not imagining it.
Well, we can't. There's nothing else to really add. That's it.
And Chris Tucker is tomorrow.
Oh
night.
yeah, that's right. Chris Tucker is appearing there tomorrow night.
Oh yeah, that's right.
That's right. He's
Yeah.
up at the. Up
So
there.
we might have a bit of overflow traffic of people going.
This. Yeah. Welcome to the compound and just above it.
Yeah. So,
So.
we got Anime North here. We got Chris Tucker up the road. So it's like, cool.
Wait,
Yeah.
he might drop by tomorrow.
Who knows?
In a car while driving through.
Anyway, but it's good to see you. So let's try and make sure Lawrence makes at least one appearance through the next year, before he comes back here next year. Because
Oh, okay. Sorry, I thought you meant like in excess to the one that he always does here.
yeah,
or?
like
Okay,
let's see if
okay.
we can get him to do an episode, do
Hey,
something.
Come down for the 100th. No, we already did
We
that
already did the
shit.
100. We're doing 101 tomorrow
Already
night.
did the one.
Well, we should talk again soon, though.
Yeah, no problem. You can always message me on.
That's
on
it.
Facebook.
Okay, so you made it to the end, thank goodness, of the Space Heater. Let us know what you think wherever you're watching or listening to this, either in the comments down below or animeroundtable.com. If you're seeing this on YouTube, do us a favor, give us a thumbs up. It greatly helps us and the Roundtable as a whole. And while you're at it, do yourself one final favor. Give us a subscribe on YouTube, a follow on Twitch, and a bookmark wherever you get your podcasts. That way, we'll definitely see you back here whenever we do something else. Or just go on the socials, at Anime Roundtable. As I said, maybe day one's over, get ready for day two.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, get some sleep.
Yeah, get some sleep. Have a good night, folks. And God save the Burger King. Because it's going to be that long type of weekend.
Yeah, that's something, man. That Burger King, that's really something, huh?
Pictures coming up. Have a good night.